Welcome, welcome. This is June 19th, 2023. Some people will call it Juneteenth. Let's get a round of applause for that. We purposefully picked this day, Juneteenth, to do the dedication ceremony for Highland Park Golf Course, primarily because of the history that Highland Park Golf Course has had in the city of Cleveland as it relates to African Americans being able to access, learn, and play the game of golf. So it's very important that we recognize that day here. Good morning. My name is Daryl McNair. I'm a member of the Highland Park Golf Foundation. You'll hear a little bit more about that a little bit later. But today, before we get started, I want all of you just to think for a minute. Reflect back on Highland Park Golf Course, because I bet every one of you have a story, a memory that you can tell about your experience at Highland Park Golf Course. I remember one of my favorite ones when I was watching Charlie Sifford, Lee Elder, Jim Dent, and Cal Peete compete out here in an exhibition. Okay, that's history right there. As a kid, I was just in awe. And to this day, I still have that picture. Very, very, very memorable. But today, I want to thank you for joining us for this special occasion. We're here to celebrate the dedication for the new beginning of the next chapter in the historic Highland Park Golf Course. This day would not be possible without the vision, dedication, and commitment from our two leading public officials in the city of Cleveland, Mayor Justin M. Bibb and Council President Blaine A. Griffin. These two individuals have a long history in this community and a shared vision for what the city can be. Both these gentlemen are a friend of mine. I know them before they got big time, okay, and their roles. So I really know who they are and what they are, all right? And they acknowledge the challenges that we have in this city, but they also embrace the history and the opportunities of venues like Highland Park present and what it means to the residents of this city here. Mayor, your vision to solicit an RFP proposal last year. Council President, your guidance through council to get this approved on March 6th is deeply appreciated by all. I can assure you that this facility will serve our youth and our residents for years to come. Thank you for your vision, and we're deeply grateful. Please join me in giving the Mayor and City Council President a round of applause. All right, next I'd like to bring to the podium Mr. Charlie Sifford and Mr. Dave Wagner to give you a little bit on the history of Highland Park Golf Course.
Thank you, Daryl.
You got it.
Good morning. What a beautiful day. And I am honored to be standing next to my friend Charlie Sifford, who is one of the great, he and his father are the great legends in Cleveland lore. And although the great Charlie Sifford played at courses all over America, he called Highland Park home.
Yes, he is.
And we're going to talk a little bit about that. I do want to thank the mayor and council president and Chief Bonnie for your vision and confidence that this group of people that have come together in the last year to really define what Highland Park can be for all of us. And I know Charlie will talk about this in a minute. I don't know if any of you saw the U.S. Open yesterday. There was a beautiful 2-minute expose about Charlie's father and his, he just wanted to play. And the book is Just Let Me Play. It's a beautiful story. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. But he had won the LA Open in 1969, but really found Highland before that. This was a place from the beginning was always inclusive. It was always a community. And I think our goal is to bring back that history. I mean, the likes of Charlie Sifford and Bob Hope played his first round here. Arnold Palmer, Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus have all played these courses, these holes. And our goal is to get it back to what it was originally. Maybe add a little length for these new young guys like Tiger Woods and the like who hit the ball a little further than they did back in the 50s. But I appreciate the city, the council, the mayor's vision and confidence that we can bring this back through the foundation to make it a great place that it was. But Charlie, if you want to take a minute, share your thoughts on the home of Highland Park.
Thank you. Thanks to everyone for coming out. It's a pleasure to be here. My father told me a lot about Highland Park. At the time he was playing here, I was living in LA. So the only thing I knew about Cleveland was the Cleveland Browns and Marion Motley. So he told me a lot about the golf course, how great it was. Said he won and lost a lot of money here. Met some nice people, met a lot of the sports players, the Browns, Indians. I'm not sure if the Cavaliers were in existence at the time. But he was playing here in the 50s and 60s. He's always talked about how great the golf course was. And it had to be a great one for the PGA to have a tournament here. Back in the day, they used to have the Cleveland Open on the blue course. And it had to be, one of the best courses in the area for them to hold a tournament there. So when Bob and Dave and the guys called me and wanted me to get involved, lend my name, family name to the rebuilding of the golf course, I was proud to lend it to them and, promise I would do anything I could to help them succeed. They got a great vision going on, get more involvement with the kids, increase the length of the golf course, bring it back to what it was in the 50s and 60s, a very challenging golf course. So in the next couple of years, it's going to be a slow process, but it's going to take 2 or 3 years to get it back to where it was, but it's definitely something to be waiting for. Thanks again for coming. If you have any questions, I can answer them later on. I have to leave here in about an hour to go up to Connecticut for the Travelers Tournament. They honored my father up there this year. That was his first victory. At the time, it was called the Hartford Open. Now it's called the Travelers. So thanks again for coming. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, Charlie. Back to Daryl.
All right. Great story, great history. I talked about the foundation. The Highland Park Golf Foundation was formed by a group of gentlemen and ladies who have a passion for the game of golf. And we created through a foundation. This time I'd like to bring Bob Flesher and Peter, and Peter, come on up. his last name always gets me. He phonetically did it for me, but it always gets me.
Thank you, Daryl. Briefly, I'm Bob Flesher, and I'm with the foundation, obviously, but I want to say thank you to everybody for just attending today, and especially you, Mayor Bibb, for having the vision to put out the RFP I think it was July or August of last year, to seek an operator to come in and help revitalize, manage, and operate the golf course. We're proud to have been the selected entity, and trust us that we're serious about what we intend to do in the next 20 years of our partnership together. The foundation basically was a recognition that municipal golf is quite popular today, and there are movements in other major cities where municipal golf is being guided with a partnership in foundations. National Links Trust in Washington, D.C., Cobbs Creek in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Bayou Oaks Park District in New Orleans are 3 that we can mention today that are in the process or are completing the process of revitalization of golf. And the purpose is to make a better community through the game of golf, that we can engage the public, we can maintain accessible, high quality golf for the patrons, and that we can revitalize a beautiful complex that it's nearly 100 years old. And we're starting to see through the engagement of others that are recognizing that the foundation exists today, that there's more to it than just purely golf. For instance, this is a park that we can integrate like other cities, walking paths in and around nature that can complement the game of golf. and these ideas are just beginning to evolve right now. That kind of it's mind-boggling as to what can be. So with that, I'd like to say thank you, and let's enjoy the day.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Bob. And thank you, Daryl and Mayor, Council President, everyone who is here today. Thank you for making time, and thank you for considering your support for this project. I mean, our goal is to make sure that Highland Park stays affordable and accessible. And it serves the community, and it serves young people, and it does everything it can to keep Cleveland a vibrant city where people want to live, play, and visit. So again, on our behalf, thank you so much for this support, and we're delighted to turn it back over to Daryl.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Peter. At this time, I'd like to bring Mayor Bibb up to the podium.
Thank you so much, Daryl. This is such an amazing day in the city of Cleveland. And as Daryl and others mentioned, it took a lot for us to get to this moment, making sure that we can truly revitalize this amazing public golf course for the next 100 years. And since I took office last year, I've been employing my administration to always get to a culture of yes. How do we get to yes? And this project could not have been made possible without the leadership of my COO, Bonnie Tewin, and my manager of strategic initiatives, Abby Pesky. They got it done. They got it done, and they made it happen. It's a really big deal. But this is also a special day for me because I fell in love with the game of golf when I was a freshman in high school. I learned how to grip the club by reading a Tiger Woods book from the Cleveland Public Library. And I thought the best way for me to learn how to play golf was to caddy. So I got my first caddying job at Beachmont Country Club. And I remember for the first 3 or 4 weeks when I was at the country club, I saw the same black golfer every weekend. It was Charlie Sifford. And I got the courage to go up to him and say, Mr. Sifford, how did you fall in love with the game of golf? What was your story? And he gave me his whole history about how he became the Jackie Robinson of golf. And he said, young man, I learned how to play right here at Highland Park Golf Course. You see, this is what today is all about. Making sure we find the next Charlie Sifford, the next Tiger Woods, right on the streets of Cleveland. And our children deserve the same kind of country club experience in our city as well, too, right here on Cleveland's east side. And so I want to thank the foundation for your vision to get this project possible. Thanks for applying for the RP. And I also want to thank the council president for his support to steward this through city council. We couldn't have gotten it done without his leadership to make this possible. And so cheers to the next 100 years. I'm looking forward to the amazing work ahead. Thank you so much.
All right, next I'd like to bring Council President Mr. Griffin up to this podium.
Thank you. Happy Juneteenth, everyone. This is truly an honor and a privilege to be here today. I have to tell you, City Hall is an interesting place because when the mayor came to me and said that he wanted to put out an RFP for the golf course, I looked at him and I sat back in my chair. I said, have you ever dealt with the skin train? I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the skin train that's here, but it's fierce. And these are folks that are very dedicated to the world of golf. The late Jim Brown, rest in peace, said something one day in an article, and a lot of people didn't quite know what he was saying. He said, I play my golf on the east side. And what people didn't realize that Jim was saying at the time, because I had the opportunity and the good chance of being able to talk with him, is that this is where he kept his ear to the ground, where he talked to that postal worker and he talked to that business leader and he talked to people not just from different racial backgrounds, but people from different economic backgrounds that always called this place home. We at Cleveland City Council have always struggled throughout the years, even before Mayor Bibb has gotten here, who had the great vision to say, let's put forth an RFP to see how we could save money, because we know that we're dealing with tremendous amount of constraints in these days and times with revenue. And we were subsidizing this golf course to the tune of, I think about $750,000. And one of the things that council have always had a contentious argument about amongst council members is how long should we continue to subsidize this valuable asset. I have always fought for this asset because I believe that the game of golf is so much more than just a recreational sport. As the mayor said, our children deserve the same kind of country club experience that so many other children get across this region. Golf also teaches discipline, it teaches etiquette, it teaches professionalism. No other game can you get 4 hours of somebody's unequivocal time and be able to hang out with a mayor and other folks and just be able to talk about and solve all the world's problems, by the way. But it does so much to do similar to what Ted Ginn does, who I know the legendary coach is here today, but teaches young men and women more than just the sport, but about the game of life. So it's an honor and a privilege for council to be here today. I can promise you we will continue to be involved. And I do want to thank as well Bonnie Tewin and Miss Pesky. I know I see Miss Pesky and Miss Tewin because they really worked hard to really pull this off. And we all have something that we all could be proud about today. And council looks forward to doing this. I won't be joining you with a game today. I still have to polish up on some of my skills. But I promise I will be out here this year. Thank you. Have a great day.
Great remarks by the mayor and the council president. This journey is not done alone. There are other partners who are involved in making this come to reality here. Part of the foundation's partnerships include the likes of Miss Robin Minter-Smyers. We'd like to give her a round of applause for her leadership and her legal talents and getting us through this here. Like to also thank we've got Austin here from the Taylor Oswald Group to guide us through the insurance and risk and casualty piece of this. So thank you very much, Taylor Oswald, for that. Austin. Yeah. We, the gentlemen who formed the foundation, are smart guys. Okay. And we knew that we can't run a golf course. All right. We needed to have the right person, the right partner. We found Troon Golf. We found Down to Earth. Okay, these are gentlemen, that's what they do, and they do it well. So at this time, I would like to bring to the podium Nick Badner. Where's Nick at? Nick is the Vice President of Operations at Troon Golf, and he's going to share a little bit about Troon Golf and what they intend to do out here at Highland.
Okay. Thank you, Daryl. I wasn't told that I'd have to follow the mayor and Councilman Griffin, but so my name's Nick Bednar, Vice President of Operations for Troon. Troon is the preeminent golf course operator in the world. We operate over 750 golf courses worldwide, including over 150 municipal golf courses. This is our 10th facility in the state of Ohio, which makes it special. And I want to talk about just kind of how we feel about this property and this project and why it is special to us. First and foremost, just the ability to represent the great city of Cleveland. Obviously, kudos to the mayor, council for choosing to make this decision. We know it wasn't an easy one, but we believe it's going to pay off in the long run and really bring this facility to heights it's never been to before. Not just restore it to where it's been, but to bring it into the next generation. Secondly, what a beautiful piece of ground we have here. 36 holes makes it unique. 2 great golf courses. It's worth preserving. It's been here 100 years. The city's grown around it. You just can't find this type of sanctuary in an urban environment very often. So that's attractive. Third, I remember the first time I walked up on this property and I saw all the types of people who were coming to play here. It is unique, and it really represents what we believe golf should be, and that's for everyone, all walks of life. When you step on that first tee, you don't know who you're going to meet sometimes, but you know that they love golf and you share a bond, and that's special. And we are determined to not only embrace that diversity here, but to expand it at Highland Park. And then last but not least, the ability to work with the foundation. They are smart guys and women, and all the folks involved in this project. I've never been a part of something like this, and I've run a lot of municipal golf courses. So that's special that you have so many people who are determined to see this succeed. And it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of effort. And but the support of so many people make us feel all the more confident that we're going to get this job done. So again, thank you to everybody for the opportunity to be a part of this. It's going to be fun. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of hard work. And but you know, I trust in 5-10 years when we look back at this decision that you know, y'all are going to have something that you're very proud of. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dave. You know, when you golf, you know, one of the first things that that you complain about is the condition of the golf course, right? As a true golfer, you look at the condition of the golf course. Well, we're very fortunate here, and the city was very fortunate that they had found this group called DTE, Down to Earth, okay? And they've been doing the groundskeeping here for the last few years here. And I'd like to recognize and ask Joe if he would come, Ifiola, right, Joe? Ifiola, to the table from DTE, just to share a few words about their commitment to the golf course.
Thank you, Daryl. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you, Bob, Peter, for allowing us to serve the city of Cleveland and Mayor and their predecessor. We really feel like this course is a gem. We know that golf courses require significant investment. The council president mentioned that a $750,000 loss. I can tell you that's a drop in the bucket. Of course, that could be this magnificent is millions and millions of dollars to get it where it belongs and where it deserves to be for the city of Cleveland. And I know the Highland Park Golf Foundation is going to do that. Just to tell you a little bit about Down to Earth, we're a boutique golf maintenance firm. We take care of about 650 holes through several states. We were fortunate enough 3 years ago to be able to take on this project. And I know John Pustai and the team here, many of them have been here for almost a decade, taking care of the course, have really significantly improved the course. And we know that because the rounds played have almost doubled from when we started. And I know it can, go from there. But we think that having a singular focus like John does on just maintaining the grounds really makes us different and helps us serve everybody who's playing out here. So we're not worried about events or some of the operations things that take a tremendous amount of time to handle. And we think and we hope that the folks who've been able to golf out here the last 3 years have seen some of the improvements. And obviously, the dream to get this back to what Charlie Sifford was able to play in the 60s is something that we're all aligned with. So we're here to support this vision and the residents of Cleveland to help get there. And as the foundation continues on, we'd love to be a part of it. But we want to thank you for what we've been able to do the last few years. So thank you.
All right. I get to tell a story before I invite a few additional guests up here. Special shout out, but I need to tell a story first. I came out here with my son a couple Mondays ago and just walking the property, and he lives in Chicago now, and I was kind of showing him kind of what we envision, what we want to do. And then I was approached. These two guys in a golf cart rolled up on me, and they was like, "Who are you? What are you doing? You look like you know something." I said, "Well, I know a little bit." I said, "Who are you?" I said, "Why are you in this golf cart? Did you pay for it?" It was a very interesting start to our conversation.
Did you pay for it?
And I explained to him that I'm part of the Highland Park Golf Foundation, and we're here with the intent of providing a revitalization model for this golf course. And I said, we're a nonprofit. He said, well, what are you going to take out the course? I said, nothing. I said, we don't make any money. This is a nonprofit. It's not a money-making thing. Well, how do you do something and not make money? I said, we're a nonprofit. We're business folks. Okay, our goal is to give back. That's what we're doing. So I proceeded to explain to this gentleman that our vision, who's behind it, and what we intend to do. And next thing I know, he's like, well, what do you want me to do? His name is Jerry Jones over there. He's our MC, our entertainment, our music for the day. He said he was all in. He rolled up on me like he was gonna beat me up. But but he came through. He says, "I'm in." All right, and so Mike, I appreciate you. Jerry, I appreciate you. You were Painter Mike that day. Everybody got nicknames, okay? So Bebe is who we recognize him as, and Painter Mike rolled up on me. So we're gonna get Painter Mike to do some work around here too. But that was a funny story. But Bebe, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Okay. All right. As I said, we have some special guests here today. I want to give a special shout out though to the mayor of Highland Hills, Michael Booker. He's not here with us, but we do want to acknowledge him because this property does sit in the village of Highland Hills, so important that we give that acknowledgement. I would like to bring to the, as I said, partners in this. Okay, First Tee program. You see a lot of folks walking around in some red shirts here, young folks, and that's led by Pat LaPresti, and I'd like Pat to come up and talk about what the First Tee and their engagement with Highland has been and how we look to see that grow in the future.
Yeah. Thank you, Daryl. Councilman, guess what? We look over your left shoulder there. These kids can get you out there today and get you happy. So I'm Pat LaPresti, Director of First Tee Cleveland. Thank you, Mayor, Council, Daryl, and the foundation. The red shirts you see, there's about 100,000 others who have those on over the last 20 years. First Tee Cleveland, 20 years old, and we teach kids life skills, core values using the game of golf. So one thing I'll tell you, Councilman, you got to have your own personal par, right? That's what we teach, personal par. So you can get out there today. I'm not going to let you off the hook here. Personal par in everything you do. Not just on the course, but in school, with your friends, with your family, right? So you're talking about the fabulous history of Highland. And Daryl, you said you're sure a lot of us have memories that we'd like to share. And I have memories, but I will not share them from this course because that's when I first started. But I want to say that the impact that we can have in partnership here of helping more kids and helping them build character, build strength of character from the inside out. That's what we do. That's our proven curriculum. It's not about teaching golf, it's teaching life skills, how to manage yourself, you know it. So we're really proud to look to the future. You have 100 years of the past. We want to be part of the 100 years of the future here, of being able to help and serve more kids with no regard for social, financial, anything. Let them come out and play. We'll come out and teach. We have 170 volunteer coaches trained and background checked that can also come out and be part of this beautiful campus and organization. So we look forward to it. You'll see our alumni coaches, you'll see some of our kids, our staff, our team. Ask some questions of the impact that we are planning to have and we continue to have. I just also want to say that, you know, when you see the impact or you hear from one of our participants, especially right now we are in 66 of the Cleveland schools, elementary schools. They come to us for field trips. And we ask them, you know, could you write some words down of the impact that you felt or what you thought? You know, a lot of them say, I've never been on a golf course, and I think it's kind of stupid and for old white men, right? After 3 hours, these kids are writing things in their own handwriting. I had fun. I learned teamship. The seventh grade girl, I was able to leave my worries behind. I don't know, but 7th grade girl saying, for 3 hours, I could leave my worries behind. I felt respected. And again, I had fun. You gotta have fun if you have kids, right? We have kids from ages 6 to 18 in our program. So when you're talking about expanding the course and making it longer, keep a couple of those holes a little bit shorter for the kids. 6, 7, 8-year-olds coming out, having fun, shaking your hand, looking you in the eye, and introducing themselves. Right, Bryce? Yes, ma'am. That's what it's about. So thank you again for letting me say a few words. We are so proud of the future and to be part of this fabulous campus.
Thank you, Pat. Who knows better than how to teach youth? We've got a legend in our presence here this morning, also a member of the foundation. At this point, I'd like to bring forth Coach Ginn.
Well, good morning. It's an honor, a privilege to be here this morning, to be able to be a part of the foundation, to be a part of the organization, to make Cleveland more proud than I can ever think. You know, everything about Cleveland, you know, I'm gonna be a part of it. And just the opportunity to our children to experience golf and the discipline of golf, you know, is huge. I'm gonna say one thing, we have a golf team and we're pretty good, you know. So, you know, I just thank you for having me here this morning, and God bless everybody.
As all of you know, Coach, he wins football championships, but he also wins track championships. Okay, so why don't you talk about that track championship y'all just won over there?
Oh, wow. You know, well, this is our 18th state title at Glenville High School. The #1 school in the state of Ohio school in track. And this is my 8th track championship since I've been the coach at Glenville High School. You know, last year we had a theme of there's no half stepping. We lost the meet the year before by half a point. So last year we came back, and we just got our rings, matter of fact, this week. So we blew it out, you know. So this year we was just about, we had it again. He got the T-shirt on, twice as nice.
Come on up.
So this was our theme this year. You know, we had it again, twice as nice. But on the back it says, what your watch say? It's championship. So, you know, all of those things that we do, just like everybody else said, first tee and everybody, we use the game of track, football, and in education, just to be able to engage with young people, to give them a better life, give them an opportunity to learn how to navigate through the world. You understand? You learn from what you're exposed to. You don't learn for everything that you go to the board to do. You understand? We can find the circumference of the whole, but do we know what to do with it? So every day we in that fight to help children be productive people in the world. So thank you.
Look like you're ready to add the golf team.
That's right. You know, he made it a point and says, y'all know we got a golf team, right? So, all right. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do next is we're going to make our way. I'm going to ask the mayor, council president, Nick Petty, Coach Ginn, Drew Pearson, another member of the foundation. I saw Drew somewhere around here. Where's Drew at? Bob and Dave. If you can grab a golf club, Robin, grab a golf club. We're going down here, and we're going to no cameras. Yeah, no, we're gonna go down to the tee box down here, and we're gonna do a ceremonial picture and a ceremonial tee off.